but Sandy here has been able to demystify and say that yes, it does fall under speech disabilities, and he has taken us referred to us about the CRPD and the Persons with Disabilities Act on how they define disability. Then indeed that falls under disability. He gave us a little bit about background growing up and the challenges that he has faced with stuttering, but now I want him to switch his attention to support in terms of, because if then at school or in the community you are not reciprocated properly, then it is very important how the family comes out to support. For your case, how was it? How did the family come to support whenever you felt down, and whenever you sort of felt left out by either students or friends in the community? But also as well, if a mother and a father or a caregiver is watching and they have a child who stutters, which are some of the things that you would tell them to put into consideration to be able to raise a confident person who stutters?
Thank you very much. Support system is very, very vital for the community of persons who stammer, because that is the only support that they can get.
Yeah.
For me, I will say my family was very supportive of me.
Yes.
Particularly my mother.
Yes.
Yeah. And anytime I would have, low moments, there's a way someone who is close to you will know whether you are happy or not. So for me, I used to fall back on the shoulder of my mother.
Yes.
Which was very vital for me. So now the family from the word go plays a key role in supporting a child who stammers, because you've had a rough day in primary school. When you go back now home, you now need to be to have a comfortable home.
Yeah.
Many times when you find a kid who stutters and he doesn't have a comfortable environment at home, it gets more worse, because sometimes unaweza kosa and then trying to maybe justify why you did what you did, and you cannot do that, and then the parent says that you are stuttering because you are lying. So unapigwa zaidi because hawezi kujiexpress.
Yeah.
So when you have a family that does not treat you evil, gives you time to even justify or say why you did what you did, then that provides a good and also like now for me, when I was in a primary school, high school, and even campus,
yes,
there were teachers. I identified with teachers who provided support. There were teachers who were willing to listen, and they were willing to ask what is it that you are going through, and that for me was a great support for me, because I could even look for the teacher when I have an issue, maybe in maths, and maybe he is a teacher in another subject, but I could look for him and just go to talk.
Yeah.
Because for us, comfortable environment for us is a great support.
Yeah.
For persons who stutter. A great support. If you have an environment that is not comfortable, also triggers that facilitate more blocks is also associated with our emotions.
Yeah.
When you are angry, when you are too
Excited.
Yeah. When you have not had maybe enough sleep. Some have even issues with the weather.
Yeah.
So emotions is a big trigger. So when you have an environment that triggers your emotions, then the manifestation of the stammer will be more. Yeah. So the support system is very vital, and I get this question that persons who stammer and want to appear before the interview, what kind of support
would they need?
Yeah. And this question I always answer that just provide a comfortable environment for the person. And also just ask maybe him or her what reasonable accommodation that he might need.
Yeah.
But of importance is to provide a comfortable environment, because that is already, an interview is already a tensed environment.
Yeah.
So when you bombard me with the questions after the other, then you can also allow time for me to answer a question slowly, just to provide that comfortable environment.
And good that you brought in the issue of accommodations, which is some of the I would call them resilience mechanisms. You see, many persons with disabilities I've had conversations with, they have told me that they have had to come up with survival mechanisms based on their disabilities from a stuttering perspective, which are some of the mechanisms that you have put in place for you, but also that that other people could utilize to survive.
Yeah, I know. Every person who stutters has their own mechanisms, because we all manifest our stuttering differently. There are those who tap, there are those who do facial
expressions.
Yeah. There are those who prolong their words. There are those who repeat their words.
Yeah.
So it's entirely different from person to person. But what I have learned over the years is that we have managed to keenly select our words, because we know that there are words that they are difficult for me. So we would always evade words in our mind. So before
so it's a battle of words in your head.
Yes, yeah. So before I say a word, I always evade. I always look for synonyms that feel easier
to pronounce.
Yes, so that is how we have built. We have found our way to be, and then also asking for more time. Like there's an issue on hierarchy of stammering.
Yes.
It is like a pyramid. So at the base, when you are talking to your family, to your nini, you are likely not to stammer more. But when you talk to someone who is high
on that pyramid,
hierarchy, up there, then you will get yourself stammering more, because maybe you are tensed, maybe you are So I also find myself in that platforms. For example, you are aware that I was part of the fellowship that the
PFP.
Professional fellows fellowship.
Yes.
So when I went to the US and we were going to high-end places to share what we are doing. So for me, that was a hierarchy, like it is up there.
It was up on the pyramid.
So I found myself to stammer more, but I used to ask for more time because normally you'll be given maybe 5 minutes to share what you are doing.
Yeah.
So for me, the trick for me was to ask for additional time for me to find words in my head to substitute with.
Yeah.
So there's a question of additional time, and also to allow you to have that resilience mechanism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Then, what are some of the things that that you would say would be the must-dos in terms of raising the confidence of those who start? And also, there is this question of going to hospital for speech therapy. You've said that if you pass the mark of year 6, then not much probably might be done to assist you. But which are some of those things that you've seen work for even those who have surpassed the 6-year mark?
What I have seen is finding your resilience mechanism, and this can be aided also by going to those therapy sessions. Yeah. Because now they will also aid you to find ways to manage. And then number 2, and which I consider to be very vital, is the aspect of self-awareness and accepting that you are a person with stammer, and not minding so much what the society might think, but working on yourself to make sure that the barriers that you are facing are limited or done away with. So it's a question of resilience, both finding ways to manage, and number 2, accepting that this is something that you might have for the rest of your life, like Moses did. And even Moses in the Bible was a doubtful man, because he was being spoken to by God, directly, and he still doubted, that I cannot, do this. So the aspect of also, self-doubt is an aspect that manifests across the community of persons who stutter. I have met people who are, brilliant, but when you call them out to maybe go somewhere and say something, they would always first of all doubt. So that also aspect of doubtful can also be done away with by being self-aware, and also by accepting.
After the celebration of the International Day for those who stutter, what next do you see for the Stuttering Association of Kenya, and also for you, Sunday? What next in your advocacy work?
So first of all, our theme for the International Stammering Awareness Day 2023 was that one size does not fit all. So for us, this communicated that we need to mainstream stammer voices, because for so long stammer voices have been in isolation. They have not been seen mainstream in all aspects of life. So for us, after the celebration of the ISAD, we are looking to have, not one size that fits all, but to look through all the mechanisms around to make sure that the community of persons who stammer have an equal chance like any other person in the society. So we are looking to mainstream stammer voices. For example, today, and I want to be thankful to the Science TV, because what we are doing also here is a build-up of what we agreed as a call to action from the International Stammering Awareness Day, that we must let the society know that there this community that is facing this kind of challenges and would want to be listened to, so that we collectively provide solutions for our kids. And for me, I feel for the next stammering generation even more than my own, because I do not want what we went through without the community knowing. There were a lot of gray areas. I don't want that for my kids to go through, because also statistics has shown that a person who stammers, there's a chance that your kids will stammer, or the next generation. So there will always be a generation of stammering, community. So then what are we doing to ensure that they are included in society without having to face a myriad of barriers that we did? So that is where we are looking into. And also, last one is to ensure that we do not operate in isolation anymore. This one also, I want to call on our community, the stammering community. Please do not feel shameful, because many times we organize for functions and our own community
does not show up.
So there's a question of feeling shameful. If we have to address this, we don't have to feel shameful. So come out and let's push this agenda together.
Anything that I might not have asked you that you would like to close this conversation off with?
And I know this is an interesting topic where stammering and dating. Stammering and dating.
After what you said about university, I was like, let me stay off of that. But if you're willing to share, why not?
So, and particularly adults who stammer, this might look lightly, but our dating life is messed up because of the way we communicate. So I want to say something, but ninasahau.
If it escapes, then we could create, that would give us an avenue to create another opportunity to still have the conversation. All right. Thank you very much for making time for talking to us and creating the so much needed awareness about the stammering community. And here at Science TV, we will remain committed to always fostering and sort of facilitating such conversations. That has been Eric Sunday. He is a member of the Stammering Association of Kenya and one of the leaders there, and we have been talking about the stammering community in Kenya. I've been your host, Alan Herbert. Sign language interpreters have been Tobias Omondi alongside Jedida Wafula. Let us see you tomorrow on Wednesday as we bring you Dreams in Motion. Up next is Mwalimu Ruth with sign language classes, but also there is more programming that is coming your way to keep you informed, entertained, and educated. Good morning.